Hello everybody, this is Uppish, and welcome to another discussion video. Now, I know what you're thinking at first. Uppish, why do you not have, why haven't you not shaved your hair and beard again? Or at least, probably, if you're a friend watching this, and you know that I prefer you if I've told you this before, I'm not so sure I did, you're probably thinking, why am I letting my hair grow out like this? Why do I look so Amish? People think that a lot. Why do I look Amish? I'll tell you right now. I don't know why I look Amish. But anyways, before I get into the actual topic of this video, I just want to say, if you like the video, please hit the like button down below. And if you're new to my channel and want to see more, please hit that subscribe button. And do not forget to hit that baby bell down below to get notifications for when I post it online. And without further ado, let's start this little discussion. Alright, well, I know we were a little off topic at the beginning, but right now, what I'm trying to do is, you've seen from the title, I'm going to give you a little bit of a question to ask yourselves. Well, to ask me. I'm going to answer this question, and I know nobody's ever asked this question, but even so, I'm going to do this anyway, just to have a topic for a video. So, what are my most favorite shows that I ever watched? What's my most favorite shows of all time? Alrighty, well, back when I was younger, I watched a lot of cartoons. Before I was 7 though, 7 and younger, I always loved watching commercials. I'm not kidding, I was not the TV show kid, I was the commercial kid. I loved to see all of the all the funny artistic design that a lot of the commercials had back then. And not only that, but they were always so curious. So curious. Now we're actually going to go into the shows that I actually did watch. Now, number 1 was Courage the Cowardly Dog. Yeah. Now, a lot of you American people that would actually watch Cartoon Network when you were younger, you probably remember Courage the Cowardly Dog. Now, let me explain what the show is if you don't know what it is. Courage the Cowardly Dog was a show running back before at least 2010. I'm pretty sure they stopped airing it by 2010, but I'm not exactly sure. Maybe a little bit later, but I'm not exactly sure of that. But, yeah, when I was younger, I loved Courage the Cowardly Dog. However, I was terrified of it, too. You guys, Courage the Cowardly Dog was about a dog that would go on adventures to save its beloved master. His master was known as Muriel, and he lived in a house in the middle of what I guess to be Nowhere, Arizona. That's actually a place. Yes, there's actually a specific area in Arizona called Nowhere, or a specific town called Nowhere. And my belief is that it is set right around Nowhere, Arizona. Yeah. And not only that, but what would happen is, well, Courage the Cowardly Dog lives in that house with his master Muriel and her husband Eustace. Now, Muriel is like the most gullible yet the sweetest person to Courage. She loves on him. He sits in her lap when she rocks around in a rocking chair. And her and Eustace just sit in the living room and watch TV. But here and there, each episode, the Courage goes on an adventure to save Muriel. Maybe Eustace too in some episodes, but mostly Muriel. Now, the reason he does this is they finally gave backstory around the middle or even right around the ending episode, around the last couple seasons of Courage the Cowardly Dog. And what had happened was apparently his parents were blasted off to the moon by some kind of crazy doctor, and he was basically just abandoned in a dumpster out in the middle of some city. And what ended up happening is Muriel found him as a baby puppy and picked him up and took him home and basically adopted him. Oh, when I found that out, it was so sad. However, after that, he's now... he's happy, but he's not exactly a healthy dog from as far as I can see. I don't know his breed, but apparently his teeth are the problem. His teeth are really bad. And in different episodes, he really shows off his teeth. And sometimes his teeth are shattered and broken. Sometimes he's got holes in his teeth. Sometimes his teeth are rotting out. I don't know. It's weird. Anyways, back to the bigger topic. He goes around. In each episode, there's a different character, different monster to face, and each one is actually creepy in their own way. My most favorite episode of it. What was it? Oh. I have several. Well, I have, I guess, two favorites. The first was Mr. Cat's Candy Factory, where one recurring enemy known as Mr. Katz has opened a candy shop, and the Katz has been trying to win like this candy prize in nowhere that they're doing for a festival or for some kind of event. And Muriel apparently has been baking or making food for ages and been winning them for ages, and Katz is getting tired of it. And he ended up trying to put Muriel in a bake Muriel or cook Muriel in one of his desserts. But in the end, Courage knocks Katz off into it, and I'm pretty sure Katz became a piece of candy at that point. Well, maybe not. It didn't go that gruesome. And now the second one was the Hunchback. Now, in the Hunchback, this one, there was no real enemy except for Eustace. Now, in this episode, Eustace was being the worst he ever was to Courage. Eustace is abusive. Incredibly abusive to Courage. It is so sad. I can't believe the way Eustace is to him. Was to him, anyways. And it is the way he is. Oh, I hate his character. He is absolutely horrible. Atrocious. I would hope that he would get thrown in the deepest, darkest frickin' hole where he would never be able to get out. He is so horrible. And not only that, but he has never physically abused Muriel. However, he's always possessive of her. He's like, Muriel, where's my boots? Muriel, where's my dinner? Muriel, where's my newspaper? He's absolutely commanding and possessive of her. She acts gullible, though. I'm guessing she loves him enough to ignore that side of him. But even so, it's sad to know that she tolerates him. And in so many episodes, when Muriel actually sees him abuse Courage, she takes out her trusty rolling pin and whacks him in the head with it. When she does this, he's all, "Ow! What did I do?" Those are my favorite scenes in every episode that it occurs. Oh, it's hilarious. They should know what he did was abusing the dog. But yeah, back to the topic at hand. With the hunchback in that episode, Eustace was extremely abusive. Extremely. And in the middle of through the episode, a wandering hunchback is coming down the street of their house, and what they don't, well, apparently he is extremely, let's say, disfigured. Yeah. And his eyeballs are popped out, and oh gosh, it's bad. Anyways, yeah. It's not very great. But he's apparently a very, very sweet person. And what ends up happening in the episode is the hunchback, all he wants is a place to stay for the night because it's pouring rain outside, and he has nothing. So what ends up happening is Courage helps him. Eustace is absolutely horrible to the hunchback, and what ends up happening is the hunchback stays in the barn, and what they do is the hunchback, through the episode, Courage is getting to know the hunchback. This is the actual first, and just about probably Courage's only true friend in the entire series that you can see. And what happens is, like, they connect through bells. You know The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Have you ever seen that cartoon movie? The animated movie, The Hunchback of Notre Dame? Or even heard the mythos of it? Well, it is said the Hunchback guards the bell of Notre Dame, or rings the bell of the Notre Dame church. And I'm guessing Italy or France, I don't know. And, well, this episode was taking a note to the hunchback, and the hunchback apparently brought with him a set of multiple bells, each bell having a different tone of a ring. And what ends up happening is the hunchback, Courage and the hunchback connect through ringing bells, and they understand each other, understand how each other feels. And by the end of the episode, we go into the climax, and it's Courage, the hunchback, versus Eustace. And what's going on is Eustace is sick and tired of hearing those bells out in the barn. He goes there and drives them up onto the roof. Courage almost slides off, while Eustace and the hunchback are still up there, battling it out with each other, basically. And the hunchback is seeing what Eustace is doing to him, doing to the Courage. And what happens next is weird. Eustace, here and there, not constantly, but sometimes Eustace gets so annoyed of Courage that he pulls out this makeshift mask. He takes out the mask and goes, "Ooga booga!" And it terrifies Courage to terrible extent. Well, the hunchback actually saw this occur, and what he ended up doing is the hunchback got so mad that he turned his back away from Eustace, towards Eustace, and he creates a mask himself. But it's not anything terrifying. It's a mask of Eustace himself. And what he puts the mask on his face and says, "Stupid dog," in front of Eustace. And he apparently terrifies Eustace to the point where Eustace backs up and falls completely off the barn. Luckily, Eustace survives, but I'm pretty sure he might have had a concussion or two. Yeah, so at that point, the Hunchback and Courage knew that the Hunchback had to leave. So what ended up happening was, in one final moment of ringing bells, the Hunchback left. That was my absolute most favorite episode of the whole series. And I just can't believe that it happened that way. I'll do a part 2 of my most favorite TV show moments. So I'll end it here because we're going on for too long and I don't think I'll be able to edit this very much. So without further ado, me and Donut Don are going to end it here. Bye-bye!